Got two fish, and I want to show you how to, I think, the best way to clean a trout and then the best way to clean a redfish. Now it's just my wife and I for dinner, and this is an 18-inch trout. It's a really nice trout. I'm going to show you a trick that I do. So there's a lot of meat up here on this shoulder. A lot of people just cut it across right here, but there's a lot of meat up here on this shoulder. So, and there's really not any meat that you're going to keep from here, up to here. All of that right there is just belly fat and ribs. So I come up at a pretty good angle because I want to get that meat right there. Then I'm just going to take my fillet knife and I'm going to follow the rib bone or the backbone straight down here all the way to the tail. Then I'm going to cut through and I'm going to slice to almost to the end of the tail. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, all right, so this piece right here, that's as far as I'm going to go. The reason that's as far as I'm going to go is because I want this slab of meat on this side. I don't want it off of here, because if I take it off of here, this right here it's too hard to fillet. So same thing on this side. I'm just following that backbone down to the tail until I can pop through this other side. Once I pop through, I'm going to take it to right here. Now, from this point, I'm ready to clean this fish. So I'm just going to keep going along this backbone. Going to go up over the rib cage. Like I say, there's not much meat on that rib cage. But then when you get to the spine right here, you can start kind of cutting down on the other side of the spine. That way you don't leave any meat. Let that spine kind of stick up. Yeah, I'm going to show you something. This right here is the meat that was on top. Right here is what was on top of the ribs. So there's meat on top of these ribs. 18-inch trout is a really good eater too, because you do have a good amount of meat. So I'll go ahead and take this side off. And I'll leave this on here just so I've got a good handle hold. It's not really what you want to do. My knife's really sharp. You can have fillet knives too sharp too. I know some people probably won't believe that, but they're super sharp. You cut right through the skin like I just did. Now this side is already prepped and ready, so I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. Cut right over the top of those ribs. You can see what I'm just kind of following, just letting my knife follow the bones to the rib cage until I get to the skin right there. Probably not the best camera angle. And I'm just going to slide it right down here to where I had that cut. I've got a Bubba fillet knife, and they're great. If I had a bunch of these trout, that's what I'd be filleting it with, but most people are just going to have a sharp fillet knife. Not any meat left on that. See through it. Now, redfish is a little bit different, mainly because these scales are so tough. Same concept though. Leave that meat on there. Turn around, we're going to do the same thing on this side. This is 16.5 inch, maybe 16-inch redfish. Plenty of fish for dinner for 2 people. Cut those a little bit too close, and this is what happens when you do that. Have a hard time grasping it, especially when your fingers are cold. Pretty little fillet. All right, now I'm super anal about cleaning the fish good. All right, so this bloodline right here, this is a redfish, and you know they've got a bloodline in them. They're not horrible, but I always just cut those things out. I'm going to cut it just like this because this is the size that I'm going for right there. That's what I'm after as far as size goes. For eating purposes, for frying purposes, they all fry up equally fast if they're all about the same size. Cut that red meat out right here. To keep with that, you know, that size, I'm going to take this, just cut it in 2. Same thing with this side. Get this right there off. Same thing. I'm going to cut this right down through the middle, and then I'll just trim this off either side. Like I say, I'm extremely. I just like to have clean fish. You take a real whole lemon, part of a lemon, whatever you want to do, or just lemon juice. We're eating this tonight, so I'm going to put about, say about that much lemon juice in there. I want you to look at the color of this fish right now, because when I show it to you this evening before we eat, it's going to be really clean. Add some water. Stir it up. See some of that red that's in there? You'll be surprised what that lemon water does to this. Gives it a little flavor too. Okay, that's probably the reddest piece I've got. But we're just gonna leave that on top and pull it out. I'll show you what it looks like. I know you guys remember when I said this meat was going to look a lot different when I got it out of the refrigerator. All right, you see the difference? Remember that piece of meat that was so red right here? Look at it now. Look how blanched out it is. Got a nice lemony smell to it. There's a little bit of red right there, but that's not going to bother you. I'm going to put all the rest of this meat on here. Let it kind of spread it out on these paper towels. Let it wick that moisture away from it. Look at that. Now that's just two. That's an 18-inch trout and a 16-inch redfish. And that's all you need to feed 2 people. More than you need to feed 2 people. If you're having tacos, probably feed a family of 4. Crisco, vegetable oil. Maybe I don't know, 3/8 of an inch or so. All right, we're about to make some coleslaw. gonna make some coleslaw. So here's how we're gonna do it. Big dollop of mayonnaise. Half lemon. Mayonnaise. Celery seeds.
Okay.
And I think you want to have a little bit of olive oil in here, don't you?
We do.
You normally go with sea salt, don't you?
Absolutely. And always Duke's, right?
What, about a tablespoon? Teaspoon?
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Whoa. That was a healthy tablespoon.
And sea salt and crushed ground pepper. All right, so this is the tail end of the black peppercorn, but there's enough here to finish this off. We're gonna need some more black peppercorn though. Golly. Work on that a little bit later. And some sea salt. Doesn't take a bunch. Salt to taste when you get done.
All right, let me see. I'll come in and boss you a little bit.
That,
ooh, that looks perfect.
Taste it. That's
really good.
Celery.
I'm gonna put it in here. Oh, did you?
Yeah, taste it. See what you think. That might be a lot of cabbage for that. I don't know.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna do.
Now that's about as fresh as you can get on coleslaw, and it's about as pretty as you can get too. Now, we could have put some carrots in here, I suppose, but I'm beat. Like Pam said, we've been working outside all day, splitting wood and stacking wood. So
that's gonna be excellent.
flaying fish. I'm tired from yesterday when
You can put
caught all those fish.
Depending on what you like in your crunch, you could add carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, cut up really small, and it'll all be really good.
And what do you have going on here?
I am putting Uncle Buck spicy. And I will say, if you don't have one of these fish things, you're missing out.
What's a fish thing?
Well, I know, a fish fryer where you batter it. But I can tell you right now, I have not had one of these for very long. Actually, I think I watched somebody's YouTube video, but it's a game changer.
Uncle Buck's hot and spicy. It's just hard to beat. Turn it over.
Gives you just the right amount of mix.
Little bud.
Really, really good. Gosh, these are gonna be so good.
Turn it.
Stand on.
The light. I'm just gonna do this
And as I know we've said before, if you have not tried Uncle Buck's, which is the Bass Pro part, you definitely are missing out. It's just not a breaded, it's so light. When people come over for our fish fry, they always compliment us on this, but it's just, there is no batter. It's very fine covering. Hey, if you don't have any tartar sauce, this is really good and so simple. Take a little mayo. I'm gonna make enough. That's probably way too much because it goes pretty fast. A little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of lemon juice. I'm just doing a little bit tonight. Sprinkle some in there. I might do a little bit more in a minute, but. And then the secret sauce, dill weed. So definitely put dill weed in there, and I kind of like a lot. I say a lot.
Half a teaspoon.
Some of these shakers, I'm gonna guess that this is closer to hopefully a teaspoon. And mix it up, and you're gonna have a wonderful depending on how thick you want it. Oh. And believe it or not, guys, that is all there is to a unbelievable tartar sauce, and I will take this over a store-bought tartar sauce any day. So it's really good. 3 simple ingredients, and voila, tartar sauce. This is so beautiful. And last piece coming off. 4. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have got to show that. Mm.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
You have to. That's just beautiful.
Uncle Bucks, it's not a batter, it's just a dusting.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's, look at this. There's no oil in there. Look at the steam coming off it. It's no oil, it's just, basically it's just fish. Oh my gosh. Mmm.
All right.
Okay.
Another browning fish fry.
I'm tired.
We worked hard today.
Yeah, Adam and I caught these fish yesterday. I put them on ice. Well, after we caught them, we got off the water around 3 o'clock. I put them on ice because I prefer to fillet my fish when they're dead, and so to where I don't have to kill them. But anyway, on ice, 1 trout, 1 redfish. Guarantee you can't tell the difference. Homemade slaw, homemade tartar sauce. We're beat. We've been stacking wood all day.
Cutting wood, stacking wood.
Cutting wood, stacking wood, splitting wood.
We should have spent the day fishing. It would have been a good day to fish.
It would have been a good day to fish.
We have rain tomorrow, but maybe Monday we'll be able to fish.
We might be out on the water Monday, but until then, just I want y'all just to look at this. Now, I don't know what piece of fish this is right here, but I'm gonna guess redfish just because it's a little bit flakier. I don't mean flakier, but the grains are a little bit further apart.
Man, I'll take that over a steak any day. Just excellent.
That right there, that's good. No, you don't have to put lemon juice in this. We do it because we like lemon juice. But man, it's good.
Better than store-bought.
It's so much better.
And so easy to make.
Thank you for watching Fishy Frenzy.
That's good. Now try it one more time.
Thank you for watching Fishy Frenzy.
Now put your hand on your hip and go.
Thank you for watching Fishy Frenzy.